Hello, friends. I am going to be live building the new CMFs, and I'm trying to do this multi-stream through Instagram as well. So I am trying this out here. Hi, friends. All right, I think I am live on both places. Hello. I am trying this multi-stream on Instagram and on YouTube. And so we're going to see how this goes, but I'm building the new CMFs. Ah. So exciting. At Fan Media Days, we got to see them revealed, which was really cool. And during Fan Media Days, I also got to interview the team of two designers that worked on the CMFs, and that was so interesting and just so much fun. And so, yeah, I'll share with you a little bit about kind of some of the things that they talked about as we build these. But yeah, say hello in the comments. Let me know who's here. I am in the StreamYard platform, so I am hoping to see comments both from Instagram and from YouTube at the same time, and I'm not sure how that'll work. So, so yeah, hi. Oh, okay, I see comments here in the Instagram page thing. Let's see. Is there a way to show both? I want to show both. Here we go. Oh, hi, Little Duck on YouTube. Good stuff. Okay, so I'm seeing the YouTube ones here. I am not seeing the Instagram ones in one place. So good to see y'all. Hey, John. Brick Builder John is here on Instagram, which is fun. He is my buddy that I went on Lego Masters with, so my Lego Masters partner. And Penny is trying to get up on her couch beside me, so let me help her real quick. Come on. Go ahead. Get up here. She now needs a lot of encouragement. There you go, good girl. She is definitely in a different phase of life where she's gotten a little bit older, and she had some moments where she jumped on the couch and then like bounced right back off because she was losing her balance. And ever since then, now she's like a little stressed out about it. So not fun. But yeah, here, let me open the Instagram one in a different tab so that I'm able to see the comments in both at the same time. I thought StreamYard would do that for me. Disappointing. Okay, so I've got that one here. Let me change the size of this one so I can see them. There we go. All right. Okay, I think I'm all set. Yay! John Penny says hello. Okay, let's dive in. So Lego sent the box for review, which is super fun. And I actually got 2 boxes, which is amazing. I've gotten CMFs for review a number of different times over the years of being an ambassador. And one time they sent just 1 box. A couple times they sent 3 boxes, or like a box that had 3 full sets, which is awesome. And then the last 2 or 3 times they've been sending 2 boxes. And I prefer having the 2 boxes because we collect all of the minifigs, and so I put them on my minifig shelf. But then also, I like to have a second set that I can take apart or put in mocks or builds or whatever. And specifically when reviewing them, I usually do all of the builds at the same time. Hey, Mayo. Usually do all the builds at the same time, and then I'm able to put pictures of front and back printing and that kind of thing. So after I've built all of these, I will go ahead and do like my typical photos of all the specific details and things for people to see. But I wanted to go live because I thought it would be fun to interact with y'all as I was doing these. So thanks for joining. Okay, I am going to open these. We'll just go from the bottom down. Yes, agreed. Odd Little Duck says, I love these animals. They're so cute. Agreed. So every single time with the CMF boxes, anytime we have a new series, my favorites are almost always the animal characters. So when we saw the reveal that this was going to be all animals, I was just overwhelmed and so excited. All right, the first one is the alligator. And I'm going to show you the page first. Okay, this is really cute. All right, so here's the page that's going to show you all of them all at once. I'm trying to do this in a way that you can see on both Instagram and YouTube. So you've got all 12 of these really fun characters. And y'all, not only are the characters cool, but the accessories are super cool. And we're getting some new molds for some of the accessories, and we're getting a ton of new molds specifically for like the heads and faces and stuff. So let's build this first one. Also, lime green base plates, y'all. So cool. I love this so much. So Hi, Cassie. Good to see you. I am trying to see. Let me move this just a tad over more. Here we go. Okay, yeah, that is Cassie. I could see like part of your screen name. Um, Good to see you. I saw you texted the other day, and I didn't get back to you because I saw it like after 11 p.m. And I don't really like to text people that late because I feel bad. All right, so first we've got the body. Really fun printing that we have here on the front. We also get some printing on the feet, which is great. There's no back printing here, but I think that's fine because in this case, this alligator is going to wear the alligator suit that has the really cool tail on the back of it. And so that would block any of the printing as well. So I am needing to do this in a way that it shows up on the Instagram feed too. So how's everything at the store? Cassie works at our Bricks and Minifigs up north in Austin, and I'm sure it's quite busy. Okay, here's face prints. So we have the front face print that I put on is the winky face, which I love. And then, whoops, the back face print. Super cute. Nice little fun smile. And then we'll put on, with the winky face, the alligator head. All right, here we go. First one. I like that you see the teeth. When you look through, you can see the face print, which is great. And then, like I said, on the back, we don't have, you don't see the back printing, so it wouldn't matter for them to have them. I still like it when they include back printing because oftentimes I'll like to repurpose and rebuild and use different parts. But in this case, given that the front printing is an animal torso, it's not one that I would probably repurpose for something else. And then, y'all, this is my favorite new mold that we were revealed. I think my favorite. I'm going to probably say that a few times because I just like everything. But look at this mold. So cool. So I like that we're getting that life preserver that's actually round and that has the like white bumps around the outside edges. And let me just take it out of his hand so you can see. So they built it in a way that the minifigure hand can clip around it, which I love and I think is so important. And then one thing I will say though is on the underside, the white doesn't go all the way around. So you do see a little bit of like opening of the pink. But I did see, I think in another set, maybe it was a city set or something. I thought I saw another one of these. So I think we're going to be getting this in multiple, which that makes perfect sense that we would get them in. If we see it in the CMF line, you're bound to see it in other things too. So yes, adorable. Like obsessed with the life preserver in particular. But this one's just super cute. It's actually quite similar to the excuse me, I've been drinking only coffee this morning. I should probably switch to water. But it's quite similar to the Godzilla minifig that they had before. And then we also get, let me put them on the plate so you see, here's the whole fig with accessories. And you can see we've got, whoops, sorry, there we go. We've got a little duck. So we've seen that duck before plenty of times, but I love that we're getting another one. When I first opened this, I actually thought there was a bonus duck, but it was the head. so first one done. Hello, Rapture. Good to see you. All right, so I am seeing Mayo saying the only minifig from the series that you want is the koala costume. Yay! It's you, odd little duck. Yeah, so you come with the really fun. Oops, that almost fell in my coffee. The really fun alligator or crocodile. Ooh, that's a really important question, and I need to know from y'all: is this an alligator or is this a crocodile? And how do you know? I feel like I knew at one point in my life, but I don't remember. So please weigh in the chat on what you think it is. Yes, CMF 28. No, yes, yeah, 28. Oh, Mayo, get excited. So the very next one is Mayo's favorite. So if you heard what I said, oh my gosh, it's 4 a.m. Mayo, you need to go to bed. But also, hi, and thanks for joining. Good to see you. But yeah, Mayo's very excited about this next minifig. I'm going to build it in secret and see if anybody can remember which one it was. The secret's almost over, y'all. Okay, this minifig head I'm super excited about. So one of the things that we asked, during the interviews was, do you do custom face prints every time, or do you do, like, repurposed ones or whatever? And what they said was, that they try to make sure that they're using ones that are already out that have multiple face prints when it makes sense, and then they also have to balance the number of times that they do a custom print versus a brand new print. Mayo shared the emoji that matches it over here on YouTube, so those on YouTube can see and know exactly what it is I'm building, but I'll show you in just a second. And I'm going to show you before I put the hat on, what it looks like because I want you to see the front print, and the face prints. But this face print, I was super excited to see, but I was surprised because I had just bought it that same day at Lego House. And so I thought every single time in CMFs that they did custom new faces, and I found out that no, sometimes they repurpose them. And in this case, with this specific series, they had to really go all out on lots of new molds, and other prints that they needed to be able to say, okay, we're going to reuse a face print that actually makes sense for these characters. So I thought that was a fair exchange because we're getting all animal characters, which is so cute. All right, here is the body, with that accessory or those accessories. You probably can tell what it is. But I'll show you the head in just a moment. And y'all, this face print is by far one of my favorites. I was so excited to get it at Lego House, because I wanted to have it like with Philip and I flying back from Denmark with that face mask on because we were going to try and sleep on the plane. And then I ended up forgetting to take the photos altogether. So there's the back face print, a pretty standard one, but I love that front face print with the eye mask. And here is the adorable head. So this is the koala, and y'all, this is so freaking cute. So this is a new mold, and you're seeing that with the ears, how it's shaped a little bit differently than like the bears that we've gotten in the past, and animal dogs and whatever. That's super super cute. Also, I would love, as I'm doing this, if there's any feedback that you can give related to the multi-streaming, because if something's not working for you, or you're not hearing, or something messes up, I'd like to know so that I can make sure that I do things differently and improve on that. This is the first time that I'm trying to do the streaming from two places at once. And what's interesting is one is obviously the tall and one is the wide. And so you being that I'm left-handed, one thing I'm already noticing is I like to put things forward with my left hand, but that blocks my view of what the Instagram feed is. So that's why sometimes you're seeing me do this and you can't see what it is. So if I miss the location to where you can actually see, please just shout in the chat and I'll fix it. So with koala, that's our first extra bonus piece, and it's that little, piece that we have of kind of foliage. So not necessarily anything all that exciting, nothing new from what we've seen before. All right, let's do the next one. Okay, so I'm hearing votes for the frog. For those, here, I'll show you one more time the whole list, and I want you to let me know in the chat what you're most excited for, and then we'll also just like play a guessing game of which one do we think is coming next. So, all right. So which one do you think this one will be? Odd Little Duck votes for alligator for that question on is an alligator or crocodile, and said the rounded snout is the giveaway. So, all right, any votes on what you think this next animal is? Okay, this is cute. I'm reading a book that actually a character that kind of connects with this applies. So here we go to see that rounded snout. So we'll go with alligator. Ah, awesome. Odd Little Duck says, I love the peacock. Agreed. So let me look at these again because it's been a while. It's been a minute since I've looked at them. I think my favorites when I saw them in person were the peacock, the parrot, and the monkey. But yeah, that goldfish is pretty freaking cute. And honestly, all of them are adorable, but those were the standouts for me. So the next one has a painted or colorful detailed accessory. That's one little hint for you. This one does have front and back printing, so that's new for us. So far, we've gotten tall legs on the alligator and short legs on the koala. This is another one with short legs. It has 2 accessories, and I like this face, so I'm gonna put this one forward first. Any guesses on which one you think it is? Okay, I'll show you. It is the bunny! So, here we go. Here's the front print face print and the front print on the torso. We're also flipping it around to show you the back print. So we've got a little tail and another face print, which is super cute. Super, super duper cute. And then here we go. Here is that hat piece. I love the bent ear. So this is our second time getting a mold for bunny ears, if I'm not mistaken. We've seen it with a like traditional Easter bunny one that was all white in the back in the previous years, and we also saw it in light blue. Does anybody know? Let me know in the chat if you know where we saw the light blue bunny suit. It's actually in my top 5 favorite minifigs and always ends up in our Wonder Village because I think he's super adorable. So, yeah, let me know if you know which character it was that was wearing the bunny suit. Alright, so here's an Easter egg. A printed Easter egg. The Mud Mom wins! Yes, it's Batman in the bunny suit, which is by far one of my favorite minifigs I own. Definitely top 5. Up there with Larry the barista, who I don't know that there's anything special about Larry that like makes him stand out as a minifig. It's more the nostalgia for me of when I first started collecting minifigs that he stood out. So those 2 are in my top 5 for sure. Okay. Here's our bunny. I'm gonna hold it by the ear that's sticking up so you can see that sticking down ear a little bit better. Super cute. I like the printing on this egg. If I could, I would get a whole collection of those eggs. So that would be great. And then on the back, again, the tail printing. So now we have 3. For those who just joined, we've done the alligator, the koala, and now the bunny. Cody says he just raises the price every time for the coffee. Oh, Larry. Ooh, good question. Cassie says regular Larry or Apocalypseburg Larry. For me, it's regular Larry, but that's because that was the when we started collecting the minifigs. However, I was thrilled to get an Apocalypse Larry. Actually, is that true? Do I have one? In my head, I have one. That's embarrassing that I wouldn't know. I think I have one. But that only came in that, in Apocalypseburg, which is the one that like, that is a white whale set that I will always want and would love to eventually get to build someday, and wish I would have bought at the time. So yeah, I think I have him, but I'll have to double check now. Oh my gosh, that's embarrassing. All right, next one. Any guesses on which one you think this one is? Ooh, pretty. Here's your options for guessing. Know that we've done the alligator, the koala, and the bunny. All right, it starts with a lime green base plate. That's your first hint. That's mean. This one has tall legs. This one has a tail. Let's see. Okay, we've got to vote for the peacock. Does the tail, which way does the tail go? The tail goes up, if that gives you a hint. This one has minimal back printing. Great front printing. And has one accessory, and Odd Little Duck guessed right, it is the kitten, which actually is on YouTube. The YouTubers see the box because it's right there, and that has the kitten. So you had maybe a little hint there. All right, here is the kitten. Ooh, and I'm going to flip it to my favorite face print here. So let me show you the front and back before I put on the cat ears or cat head, I guess. All right, so here is our little lady on the front. Love this face with those eyes, closed, real cute. I'm loving that little heart detail, for the collar and then the little fur. When we flip it around, you can see the tail. So the tail is the same, type of, mold that we've seen before, but here you can see a winky face, which is cute, and minimal back printing. So just a little bit to show, kind of the color. So y'all, my favorite account just joined, and I have to just brag on this account. It is Winston Charles Brady the third, and this is my brother's dog. I don't know how he's going live, but that makes me so happy. Just kidding, I don't have favorite accounts, but I'm so glad to see you. I'm guessing Chad or maybe my nephew. This could be my nephew Nolan. Hi. Hello in North Carolina. They just moved from Colorado to North Carolina, which makes me both happy and sad. Yes, Odd Little Duck says giving Marie from Aristocats. Yes, totally agree. And I think that was probably intentional, would be my guess. We'll see. And then here's the accessory that we get with this cat. So we're getting more of those really, really fun yarn balls. And this one's pink. And I think in the past we got it in a different color. I don't remember. Do y'all remember? Hello from Mexico City. Welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. John says, welcome, Winston. And also, bah, ha, 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 ha. Okay, we have done 4. We have done the alligator, the koala, the bunny, and the kitty. So let's do the 5th one. All right. Who's up next? I don't know if you like this guessing game, but it's fun for me. Mod Mom says yellow. Do you think it's a yellow fig, possibly? Oh, no, I know what you're saying. Thank you. We got a yellow yarn ball. I was like super confused by that, but I forgot the question I asked. And we got a yellow yarn ball. All right. Another lime base plate. No surprise there. And I'll give you another hint. This one features lime in a way with this minifigure. This one also has tons of extras. Huh, interesting. Oh my God, this is so cute. Okay. I forgot about the accessories for this one, and I'm kind of obsessed. So cute. All right, so this one has 2 accessories. The color lime is involved somehow. There are 3 bonus parts because of the accessories. It has tall legs that are dual printed, so that's exciting. Ooh, and great front and back printing on this one. Okay, this is growing among my favorites. Hey, cheers from Dublin. Nice. Cheers. This is my coffee. Cheers to you. In my mug that I love that says, I love a man with a beard. Philip and I found this last year. I want to see it Joanne's. Oh, RIP Joanne's. That makes me sad. And I'm obsessed. And now we have a billion mugs, which is a problem. But this is one of my favorites for sure. Definitely a favorite of my new ones. Okay, I will keep building and show you the reveal. This one is the frog. It's the frog. Odd Little Duck was right. Good guess. And let me show you the face prints first. Okay, I am definitely putting this face print on first because of the accessories. Y'all, this is adorable. So this little frog is blowing bubbles, and the accessories. This is so freaking cool. Okay, the accessories have the little bubble. Whoops. Where'd we go? There we go. They have that little bubble, which is that part that's like, it's a newer part in the last couple of years. But oh yeah, but take a look at the face, right? Take a look at that face. So that part, the first time I saw it was, I think, on a Jurassic World buildable dinosaur fig. And I've seen it in black and red and transparent black, and I love this like transparent bubbly type color. All right, great back printing though on this one. So this is versatile and helpful. I think this one I could see using to create like a monster type version of a minifig. And then y'all, obsessed. Okay, I know I said my favorites already, but this is now in my favorites list. It's just too cute. Hello, Brian. Welcome. There's my famous friend. Yes, famous, not so much. However, I did rewatch 2 episodes of Lego Masters yesterday, and it made me so happy. One of my, teammates or castmates had told, us in our group chat that they were expiring or, going away on Hulu, and I was super bummed, and so but when I logged in, it didn't say that on Disney Plus. So my hope is I can't log in on Hulu anymore because of the way that they combined. Hello, welcome. But yeah, the I hope it doesn't go away because I want to be able to watch it again. So yeah, rewatched the Wicked episode, and then rewatched. I know, John, right? It made me really, really upset. So I hope it's not going away. If you have Hulu and can log in and can tell me if it says that it's retiring or expiring or whatever they call it, I would love to know because the way that I see it through Disney Plus, it doesn't show that. So I'm not sure if that's only on Hulu or if they just decided not to and they renewed the license. Apparently, our season and the Lego Masters Juniors was set to go away. Yay! So we also have, let's see. Okay, Cassie says comes from the Bionicle line, originally had a stem. Are you talking about that rounded piece that I was talking about? Um, which is really interesting because I didn't know that it came before. I love that bubble part. The color is great, kind of opalite. Yes, absolutely agree. And I think I was able to get a number of that part in black and in transparent black with the Wicked project that I was working on. And so I'm trying to figure out a way to incorporate it into a mock. We ended up not incorporating it into the final design, but I was getting different parts that I could use for greebling on the skirt. And now I have those, which is really fun. So, but yes, I would love to have them in that transparent in a mass amount. All right, next one. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are almost halfway there. Y'all, thanks for joining. This is so fun. This is building review sets is one of my favorite things. It's so much fun. I love it. It's also time consuming and takes effort, of course. And so there's days too when it's a little bit of like a little bit of a slog to like get through all of it. But the CMFs never fail to surprise and wow and excite me because of, I think, just the joy of like opening the box and finding out what's in it. All right, this one has, here are your hints, tall legs, has one accessory, uh-huh. Has a lime base plate, as they all do. Only has front printing. Let's see. Quinn the cat says, I need them all. Yes, agreed. You do. This series is it's a banger. Like every single one is so cool. It has one bonus piece. Any guesses on what this animal is? Those on YouTube have a little. Yes, the dolphin. Cody's right. So I'm building the dolphin. Let me show you the face prints. It looks like this face print is one that we've seen before. So for those who are just joining, one thing that I shared earlier was the face prints on the CMFs. One of the things I loved was at Fin Media Days was getting to interview the designers behind them. And one thing we heard was with this series in particular, because they had to negotiate to have so many new molds made, it was they decided to repurpose some of the previous face prints because they only have as many like brand new things that they can introduce every time. And truthfully, the CMF line gets a lot of those every time because it's so unique. So they decided to use some of the face prints again. And honestly, I think it's perfectly fine. I love the face prints they chose for these. So I want to go back through my interview with them and see if they shared with me if any of the face prints were brand new versus the ones that were repurposed. So I can share that information with y'all. But from what I'm seeing, some of them I know for sure, like this one is a repurposed one. So here's our dolphin lady friend. She's real cute. The front is has that printed torso, and then flipping around, we've got this. Let's see. Here we go. So that's the other face print. No back printing here. The arms, I think, are repurposed. I believe we've seen that same mold. Whoops, I think we've seen that same mold before, and then the accessory is one that we've seen before too. So this one I love because of this head element that's brand new mold, but otherwise is not that exciting to me. However, I do love the color. So there's the head mold. The front. Whoops! Oh my gosh. Let's try this again. Here's the front and the side. Hello, Brickman Mosaics. Good to see you. And then, oops, here we go. Here's the back. Look at that tail. Like, this is so freaking cool. So that's the reason that I like the dolphin character. But all the others, I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, the arms are from the shark for sure. I think the left shark, right shark. I'll have to go double check because here, take a look one more time. And Cody, you've seen all of these really closely. So does it look a little different to you? I think it's the same. I'll have to go grab the other ones that I have and pull that aside to let you know. All right, we are halfway there. So of the ones we've done so far, alligator, koala, cat, bunny, frog, dolphin. What's your favorite? I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. Holy Barosso says, I need to do the same as you opening live the LEGO Series Play material. Interesting. So are you, oh, wait, I know who you are. Hi, good to see you. I didn't realize it didn't click to me your screen name until just now. That's my friend who was one of our two trainers for LEGO Series Play in San Antonio back in the day. And by back in the day, that was, gosh, a year and a half ago. LEGO Series Play is an amazing process in which you can work with companies on doing different I do know you. I'm so sorry. It didn't click for me seeing your screen name at first. Anyway, it's a really awesome process that you can use with companies when you're doing things like trainings, when you're doing workshops, when you're doing strategy sessions. You can use it for all different types of things. And I've gotten to use it with some nonprofits here in town, which is really, really fun. So that's where my friend here is from, over on the Instagram stream. All right. So Cody says, looks the same in terms of the arms for the dolphin. I think it is the same as the shark, but I'll double check and share with y'all later. Odd Little Duck says, your favorite for the frog because you love that accessory. Mayo says koala for the win, which doesn't surprise me because that's the one you were already starting to love. And no other votes for any of the other ones so far, which is real sad. Of these, I think my favorite is probably the frog. Yeah, definitely the frog of the first 6 that we did. Okay, let's move on. Next one. So we've got 6 left. Ooh, I hear Philip. He must be out of his meetings. I'm getting more coffee. Okay, this is one that I said early on was one of my favorites. Comes with tall legs. Comes with a tail. Has front print on the legs. Front print on the torso. The tail is a brand new mold. The faces, I think these are new. I'm pretty sure these are new face prints. Has one accessory. Odd Little Duck says, is it the peacock? It is not the peacock, but I could see why you'd guess that. You've never seen the tail before on the peacock. I think that tail was from the turkey. I think it's actually matched. The tail feathers match the turkey as well. Which when they did the turkey, I knew we're getting a peacock eventually because anytime they create a new mold, it feels like they have to find a way to do it again, which isn't necessarily true, but so far I feel like we've seen. All right, this is the lion. Super cool. Okay, so again, I think this face print is new. Let me know if you've seen this one before. Yeah, Odd Little Duck, there was a turkey in, I want to say it was 23, 2024. It was the one that had lots of holiday themed ones. And the turkey came with one accessory. It was a pumpkin. So yeah, no back printing here. I love this tail though, y'all. Look at the tail from from the front, from the back. I feel like I sound like my eye doctor. Look through blur one, blur two. I just was there yesterday. And then the head. And y'all, we've gotten one, two, three. To my knowledge, we've gotten 3 lion head hat type pieces in past mini 2 in past minifigs, and this is the 3rd. There might be more if we think about, was it Nexo Knights that had some of the, like, animal type costumes? I don't remember, but yeah, look at this. This is really, really stunning. Cool. All right. Still in my top 5. I mean, top 5 of 12, though. Is that really saying much? I don't know. But yeah, still in my top list for sure. Okay, we are down through, we've done 7. For those just joining, we've done alligator, koala, bunny, cat, frog, dolphin, and lion. So, which one do you think this one is? Let's see if you can hear it. Does that give any hints? Probably not. Okay, let's open and see. Ooh, fun. This one has 1 accessory, has tall legs, has a tail. Any guesses? Has really well printed legs. Odd Little Duck guesses that it's definitely made of Lego bricks based on that sound. I think you're right. Pretty sure you're right. This one so far has the best printing of all of them. Arm printing, leg printing, front and back torso printing, leg side printing, a tail. Which way does the tail go? Oops. I actually don't know which way the tail goes, and you don't see it in the little preview, which should probably give you a hint of which one it is. And face print for this fella looks brand new. So this is a new one, so that's exciting. So I'm gonna show you the front and back and all the printing on this one because it's so cool, and then I will show you the head. All right, it is the Dalmatian. Nobody guessed. Oh no, wait, Odd Little Duck guessed at the last minute. Nice. Good catch. It is our Dalmatian friend. Check out this face, y'all. That is so cute. I love that this one is covered in spots. Leg printing, leg side printing, arm printing, front and back printing. Like this is really, really impressive. And we're getting that tail. Cody or others who know minifigs really well. Oops, sorry. Have you seen this tail before? I think we have, but I don't know for sure. Odd Little Duck says it was the Oliver printing hint. Haha, good hint. Yes, I figured that would tip you off or somebody off. And here's the back face, which is cute, but I have to say that front face is just adorable. And then here is the head, which also has printing all over it, which is great. Back, sides, front. This is cute. And this, I think, is a new mold as well. So the last dog that we got, the pug, that might be the last dog, had a different head print, or head mold. So this one you can see has more like a squared nose. So cute. Woohoo! All right. Hi, Janelle. Hi, friends. I see Lucian, Wild for Lego. Lots of folks joining. Yeah, so cute, right? So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 4 left. the 4 that we've got left are the peacock, the goldfish, the monkey, and the parrot. Hey, Med Cameron. Also, just saying this, and this is not like shaming anybody. My name is Justin. Most people think it's Brady because my screen name is Brady Joyner Bricks, but my last name is Brady Joyner. And when we chose this, we actually chose the name because it was a joint Instagram account for me and my husband. So, all right, bye. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. So Mayo says, how many people are watching from Instagram? It is varied between 5 and 10 people. Right now, it looks like 4 or 5, 4, I think. So yeah, we've got about 4 in on each. You switched from Insta. Okay, nice, good stuff. Oh, hi, Cody. There was like 7 earlier. Nice. Yeah, it's kind of gone up and down, of course. So this is also, like I said earlier, this is my first time doing multi-streaming. So it's really fun to see like how it's actually working from both places. And if anybody has done multi-streaming through StreamYard before, can you let me know if there's a way for you to see the comments from both just in StreamYard? Because I had to open a second browser and have the comments on Instagram showing on the right-hand side in that second browser or second tab, because it's the only way to see it, which is why I'm like kind of bouncing back and forth between the two. All right, next one. Sounds to me like a peacock. I don't know. Let's find out. It is not a peacock. So I've narrowed it down to 3 left for y'all to guess. This one has 1 accessory. This one has short legs. Ooh. This one has printing on the legs on the front and has front and back printing on the torso. The face looks familiar to me. I think we've seen this face before, and both of the faces are cute, so I don't know which one to pick. I think I'll pick this one for now. And then this comes with a bonus piece. So actually what's interesting is looking in my little bonus piece thing, Ben, there's very few bonus pieces in this series, which usually you get a little bit more. But this one comes with a bonus piece. Any guesses? I'll take a sip of coffee while you guess. All right, I will reveal it is the goldfish. So, let me put him on the base so that you can see the accessory too. Here is the front printing. This is pretty minimal front printing because it's like a silver print on that yellowish, yellow-orange color. But it's a nice print that works well for the goldfish, kind of giving those little scales of the fish. You see the face print, it's super cute, but I think this is one that's been repurposed before. Here's the back. You can see the back face print, but also that back printing on the torso. These arms look to be the same as the dolphin, which doesn't surprise me. And I think they are the same as our shark, as Cody said. All right, and then here is the fish head, the best part of this one. Y'all, the lips, it's just too cute. And I love the fins. It's really, really cute. I think this was great with the colors that they chose to. Making it a goldfish was smart. Also adding in that little fish food accessory was smart. This goes well with the tropical aquarium that is not minifig scale and doesn't actually connect in any way whatsoever to this. But I wonder if that was part of their thought process behind adding in a goldfish. The aquarium is in the other room, sitting, waiting to be built. We got it for review right before, actually it arrived while we were in Denmark. Because we were gone for 3 weeks. And so we didn't get a chance to actually build it in time for the review, which is fine. And LEGO is understanding when we don't fully meet all of the timing and whatnot. But the annoying thing with that is now it's just sitting there and we got all the December wave of like January stuff. And I need to eventually build it. And it's just so big. It's not practical. I think it's a beautiful build, and there's lots of really cool moving features to it for sure, but I don't really understand who their target audience was with that one, so. But I do know who their target audience is for this. I might be that target audience. These are so freaking cute. All right, next one. Maybe this one's a peacock. Our options are peacock, monkey, or parrot. Anybody got a guess? Hello, serious Lego guy 1. Very serious. Ooh. Wait, what is this? Ooh, okay. This one has a cape type feature. It has 2 cape type features. What? I forgot about this. Okay, yeah. When we saw the reveal, I definitely didn't really pick up on this. This is cool. Odd Little Duck says, I feel the aquarium is good for someone's only Lego set to display in their office. That's too much space for how big my collection already is. Agreed. Honestly, I think it's perfect for a dentist's office. I think it's perfect for a doctor's office. That makes sense, right? So I can see a use case for it, but I don't think it's very practical for most people's homes. I did measure it to figure out where we could put it in our house, and honestly, part of why we decided not to build it was it's Christmas time and our house is a winter wonderland, and that doesn't fit the vibe. So it will be built after the holiday season is over. And then, yeah, I'll share more about it at that time. I'm very excited to learn the moving techniques because it's really a strong build in terms of what you can learn from it. But I'm really curious to know how it's sold. All right, this one has front and back printing. No, just kidding. This one has legs, dual printing, front printing, and arm printing, kind of. It's unique arm molds. These arms are featured, this arm mold is featured twice in this series. The face print is new. Yes. There's one accessory. It is the parrot. Just going to come out and say it. It's the parrot. And this, the accessory is cute. It says snack box. This is great for a cereal box in your little grocery store or home kitchen mock. And to me, it looks, yeah, just like a bowl of cereal. But obviously, it's for birds. All right, let's take a look. Here we go. So we got our parrot. This was one that I said was one of my favorites. I still agree with that, but there's others that have grown in my interest as I built these, for sure. You can see those arm prints. I like that it's multicolored on those arms because we don't typically see that. The front and back faces are real cute. This box is a 12-pack, yes. So when LEGO sends us these for review, my experience so far has been that they've sent us a complete set each time, sometimes multiple complete sets. So this time I have a second box right here as well, which is really exciting. 1 or 2 times they sent us like the full three like with 36 figs in it. But most of the time they sent just the solid 12 packs. And I think there's been 1 or 2 times where they sent me just the 1 box of 12. We collect them. I put them on display on my minifigure shelf in there in the Lego room. And then I also repurpose them into mocks and things. And so I like having a second copy because I like to have the completed set undisturbed. Whereas the other ones I like piece out and use in different ways. So, but yeah, take a look at these arms. So we've seen these arms before with the turkey, with chickens, with maybe with ducks. I don't think with ducks. I think ducks had different arms. But we haven't seen it with multiple colors. That's really cool to see the print that they were able to print it in 3 colors. And really it's like, I almost said 4 because you see 4 lines of color, right? But yeah, they should sell those. I know they should sell. I totally agree. One of the things, like, we used to get a lot of joy out of going to the store and feeling the bags to try and find the Lego. the specific minifigs we wanted. Honestly, it was like a really fun hunt for me, and something that I enjoyed. So I was disappointed when they went to the boxes. However, I do appreciate the sustainability aspect of it being cardboard. And then I do think it was smart of them to add the QR codes thing. But to me, it robs the joy of getting to like find it on your own. Um, by feeling it, because you never knew necessarily if it was exactly the one that you wanted until you opened it. Hello, Bricks, why not? Yay, good to see you, Annabelle. And yeah, the hunt was the best. Like I actually really enjoyed that, and that was a big part of how I became an AFOL, was starting with minifigure collecting. And so I have a lot of nostalgia around that experience, and that is not the same feeling anymore. And now it's like, well, I just want to get all 12. And like, it feels a little bit different. So agreed, if they would sell these in this way, where you get all 12, that would be awesome for people who just want to get the collection. But I also think that it chips away at the blind box experience too. So, okay, two left. Two left. And these two are either the monkey or the peacock, which were two of my favorites. Also, the box is cute. Every time, like, I recycle boxes. However, I also used to do paper crafting as my main hobby, where I would take paper, upcycle it into all different types of things. We've got a lot of paper art around the house. I worked at a paper source and taught crafting classes. It was just so much fun. And through that, I collected a lot of paper crafting supplies. And one of the things that I got is a way to like cut out certain specific shapes that you can use in cards or other things. And I like to take things when it's like the big picture here and cut out the shape of bookmarks that are unique. But now I have like a billion bookmarks that I don't need. So I need to just start giving those away, maybe bringing them to conventions or something and adding them with my tokens when I drop them off for people, because it's a little ridiculous. But yeah, it's like, I love the collection of our little friends, and I love the like big fig pictures. Okay, let's dive into the last two. We'll do this one first. And then here's the other one. I think this second one is going to be the peacock. It sounds like there's fewer parts in there. We'll see. All right, let's see if we get the cheeky little monkey. Which, y'all, I have... Oh no, I was wrong. This is the peacock. I will tell you the cheeky monkey story in just a second. But this is the peacock. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so this is the second fig that had, like I said, the arm printing, that, or the arm mold. That is right. The boxes, like, they should. Yes, agreed. I think the boxes are a little too cool, and it makes it hard to get rid of them. Okay, this one has just the one extra piece. It's the 1x1 stud, but this is the second one that has that arm mold in it. So we saw the arm mold with the parrot. Here it is with the blue for the peacock. This was one that I was thrilled to get. And I'm going to have to double check. Y'all, I was wrong. I don't think this is the same as the turkey. This has 7. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this has 7. And I think the turkey has 6. Huh. I'm going to go and find it. Actually, I'm going to finish building this, and then I'm going to go and find it and see and compare. Because I think this is different, which is really cool. All right, this has strong front and back printing, which is interesting because you don't see the back at all with these tail feathers on. So it's the exact same print on front and back, which is interesting. Not necessary, but I love that they did it. On others, I wish they would have instead. And I'm going to show you the faces just with my hands. I think this is a face we've seen. It's pretty standard. But I'm showing you this because that tail feather is going to get in the way. So that's one side. Here's the other side. And like I said, once I've built the second batch, I will do better quality photos of like front and back and side printing and that kind of stuff like I typically do with the CMF reviews. And I'll share those to different places. It looks like the turkey has 7 too. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for checking, because I did not remember, and this looked like more. I also think if you have the turkey with you, or if you're seeing it online, The way these are smaller and then get bigger in the middle, I think the turkey, it's the same size all the way around, but I could be wrong. So now I need to check on that. The head mold, or the hat mold rather, is brand new and has that little like plume of feathers on the top. Y'all, so cute. Oops. Wait, there we go. That little plume of feathers is really cute. And yeah, loving the color. Okay, looks very similar to the turkey mold. So maybe it is the same one. It just looking at it with those beautiful colors, it didn't look like what I was expecting it to. It looked like it went smaller, and maybe that's because of the really cool detailing with the peacock eyes that you see. The like really beautiful printing. Look at that. Just check that out. This is hard. I'm sorry. I am failing at this one on the Instagram. Let's do this with this hand. Clearly, my left hand works better. Here we go. Yeah, that's really cool printing. All right. We get a sunflower, which is interesting. I love the sunflower. It's really cute. I don't understand why it came with the peacock. I don't know if peacocks are meant to be like in places with sunflowers. So yes, Lonely One Kenobi. I'm excited for the new CMFs. Absolutely. These are so freaking cool. So cute. What I love too, with the way that we get to review these is typically there's a new one in January, and the last 2 years we've gotten them for review in December, so I can add them to our Winter Village. And so I like to hide a few of them in the Winter Village. Last year Space? No, last year was not Space. Hmm. Last year we got the character that was the plushie collector, and so I had her over at the toy store in our Winter Village because that just made sense to me. Okay, cheeky little monkey. This one I was thrilled to see because it also feels like a Lego Masters reference for me. My friends Krista and Marcella were a team, and in one of our character building challenges, they built a cheeky little monkey that it was the most adorable. It was the cutest build, so cute. And seeing this minifig, I immediately thought of them because yeah, that will forever be a reminder of them. Okay, this one has one accessory. It has regular legs. Regular? Yeah, regular size legs. Front printing on the toes. Torso is just front printing. Has a tail. And Cody or friends, I keep saying Cody because I know that you know these things, but I know there's lots of people on these feeds that know these things. So all of you, tell me if we've seen this tail before. I don't think we have. And I'll put the face on first. Okay, the face print is brand new. Cute. Okay. And then I will, the accessory is a banana. We've seen it before. I wish they would have thrown in a yellow-orange banana, or maybe done a printing of a banana that was more ripe or less ripe. Like maybe a lime banana would be cool. To show one that was less ripe. I think that's a missed opportunity here. Minimal complaint. I have to complain about something in these, right? Okay, here is front face print of Cheeky Little Monkey. Super cute. Ah, I love that tongue sticking out. Let's flip it around so you can see the back face print. Has a Band-Aid, so he got into some trouble, which also just fits with our vibe from Lego Masters, if you saw that episode. And then the head mold, hat print, hat mold. The hat mold, sure, that's what we'll call it. Really cute. This, I don't know which is my favorite. Maybe this one. Maybe this one. And here's the back. You can't see it, I'm sorry. Let's try this again. Let's do the front again. There we go. And here's the back. All right. I think Monkey Kid may have that tail. Thank you. I thought it looked familiar and I couldn't figure out why. That sounds familiar to me though. I'm not exactly sure. Okay, I'm gonna put them on the spinner and I'm gonna try my best to spin this around for you all to see. I've never done this before with like a live stream. Usually I do it like with my still camera, but let me see if I can hold it up. All right, here's our friends. Let's start with the monkey. Let's see. hopefully you can see these. I'm trying to, there we go. And the alligator, koala, our bunny friend. Love that bent ear. Got the kitty. I'm liking that we're getting another yarn ball. The frog, y'all. I don't know about my favorite might be the frog or it might be the monkey. I'm not sure which. Such a conundrum. The dolphin, super cute. Not necessarily my favorite though. The Dalmatian, love all the printing here. Fantastic parrot, which also, like, I'm trying to show you the side printing here. I'll hold them up to the camera again to show you. But this one also is among my faves. The lion, y'all, that tail, obsessed. And the back of the head is actually really, really cool for him. The peacock and the goldfish. Yay! Let's do another little dance. Spin, my babies, spin. I'm in a very goofy mood right now, y'all. Okay, here we go. That cat looks like the cat that came with the cat guy in the last CMF wave. Just humanized. Oh my gosh. Actually, yes, it does, right? Look, they made it grow and become. That tail is great. I'm guessing you're talking about the lion tail. So I'm gonna go find the turkey because I think it's in the other room, and we're gonna do some comparisons. So let me see. I'll be right back. That I can still talk at y'all by magic of headphones. Okay, good. I have the turkey right here. All right. Yes, turkey print. Okay, turkey is identical in terms of that tail feather, but I'll bring him over to show you. Here's the dragon to bring over. What other animal characters do we have? We've got dinosaurs, but those are very different, so I won't bring those. More dinosaurs. Gerbil. Oh my gosh, that gerbil's cute. Okay, y'all. The cat that we had before had a pink, also had a pink yarn ball. That's disappointing. I thought we were getting. Oh, okay, that's a miss. I think they should have done that in a different color. Any other animals? I'm not seeing it. Okay, there's the reindeer. I'll bring it too. That series was one of my favorites. Oh, and the wolf too. Okay, here. These are ones that are from recent series. I do have a bin of all animals somewhere, but it is like not easy to get to, so I won't be getting to them right now. But I'm just going to show you some of the past ones that we have to do some brief comparisons. All right. Here's the dragon. If you recall, we have this in red and in green. Had some really good printing. I love the mold. That head mold is really cool. Whoops, I'm sorry, trying to get that on the screen. And when we compare that with the alligator, I know they're different. Different animals altogether. But the alligator, like, I like that the tail is attached to the head. I think that makes perfect sense for an alligator, you know. So I like that this is also, the alligator is the bright green. Here is, oh my God, this is one of my favorite figs too. So I just started playing Lego Party on Switch, and you can change your minifigure. So I started with a Yeti, and after playing enough games, I unlocked the next one, and it was this, and it made me so happy. So now I will be playing at least through the month of December as the reindeer. Just so cute. So I think actually this reindeer could have used a tail, but whenever it's like a little fluffy tail, they often don't include that. I kind of feel like the tails though that we got with the ducks from I was gonna say DuckTales, but from Disney, that maybe something they could have done something similar to get a little fluffy tail on the back. That is spam call, which is really annoying. Okay, so here, let me show you the turkey and the peacock side by side. So yeah, it's the exact same mold. which is good to see that they were able to repurpose it. It didn't seem like that to me because on the turkey, there's no printing on it, whereas on this peacock, there's beautiful printing on it, right? Really, really beautiful printing on that. And then here's the gerbil, and I brought this one to show you different like head shapes for the molds. So the koala, which is adorable. I love the little notched bits in the ears. And then the gerbil had like rounded ears, and you can see the shape was really unique and perfect for a gerbil, whereas the shape here is a little bit different for the koala. So really, really good. Reusing molds would help lower the R&D cost for this series. Agreed. And I think that's why they have to really be thoughtful about whenever they can, they will. And doing a line of all animals, that meant that this one was a more expensive one for them to produce. And they admitted that and talked about that because they had to create a lot of new molds for this. Okay, check out this though. Like another reuse, really smart on that wolf, which we've seen this tail numerous times. But look, if you put it down versus if you put it up, it gives a totally different vibe. And they use that for the cat. And you could have the cat's tail going down if you wanted to, right? Either works. But I do think that that's a smart choice, is having one that can be flipped upside down. So, and then reusing molds would help lower the R&D cost for the series. LEGO is counting pennies right now. Oh, yeah. Yep. And then I think those are the quick and easy to grab animal ones that I have. I used to have a shelf that literally was just the animals, and I had them in rainbow order, which is really, really cute. But then there were so many of them that I had to take them down because every time we got a new series, there was another animal to put in. And because it was in rainbow order, I had to shift them all over. And it was like, you know what? This is ridiculous. I just need to put them all in a bin and pull them out when I want to. And also that was, I don't know. In there though, yeah, I've got my shelf with my minifigs that I put up throughout the year. And so this fun batch of new friends is going to go up on that shelf very soon. Let me put it all up here one more time. I'm going to do one more spin for y'all. And then I think we will call it a day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, good. I have all of them here. One last spin for you to enjoy the joy of animal costumes. Monkey, alligator, koala, the rabbit. So cute. I love that angled ear. Just push the kitty forward so you can see her better. Here we go. Missed opportunity for a new yarn color, LEGO. I'm disappointed. The frog, by far my favorite, I think. Nope, that's a lie. The monkey. Ugh, it's hard to pick. Dolphin, which honestly, take it or leave it. I love the mold for the head though, or for the tail. Can you see the Dalmatian? Yes. The parrot, which is super freaking cool. Love the colorful printing on the arms. We've got the lion. We've got the peacock. And the goldfish, which also is a contender for coolest one. And let's have them go for a spinning dance. Woo! Yay! Okay, that about does it. Y'all, thank you for joining. This was fun. If you have opinions or thoughts or whatever on the way that this went in terms of it being multi-streamed, please let me know. Just it'd be helpful to get any feedback on things that could have gone better, because I want to make sure that if I'm going to do multi-streaming moving forward, that I do it in a way that is a good experience, whether you're on Instagram or YouTube, and eventually on TikTok. So I went live on TikTok for the first time yesterday. It was super fun. It was a live stream with my friend Cam, and we had a really good time building together. I built, oh, it's in the other room. I built the gingerbread AT-AT. So this set, which I brought in the other room and put with our gingerbread stuff in the kitchen. And it will be in our winter village, which is fun. And they built the new Ninjago 4 weapons apothecary, I think is what it's called, which I also have to build too. So I'm very excited to build that one as well. But it was really fun, and I actually had a great time on TikTok. It was different than what I normally do, and it was also a new audience for me, so that was fun. And I'm looking into doing multi-streaming to all 3 locations when possible. So we will see how that goes going into the new year. Also, for those of you that are regulars at this and know how to do the multi-streaming well, please give me your opinions on streaming platforms. And then lastly, I always hate saying this, but if you would like and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. I'm really working to continue to grow my presence on YouTube. And I love to continue to grow my community on Instagram. Instagram is where I started and where I will continue to always be present. That's my favorite of the social media apps. But liking and subscribing really helps me continue to grow my channel and do fun things like this with y'all. So big hugs to everyone. Great to see y'all. The CMF line comes out on January 1st, of course. So you can get all of these beauties on January 1st. Or if you're lucky, you might find them on store shelves a little bit early. I know people tend to like to find them early when possible. So good luck with the hunt. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all the different things that we have out there. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful season. Build kindness.